Hello everybody, how's it going? It is MattyIce, giving you a video of how I think draft lines go and optimal draft in March baseball. I'm making this video because just discourse around pretty much the past few months and throughout the entirety of Season 8 for Ding as to like what drafts are good, what people should be drafting, and in my opinion, obviously I think I'm right about a lot of the stuff in this game, and I think characters that are optimal and drafting, I think good understanding. But I'm basically just making this video of my personal thought process on how I would draft in a competitive match. This will be Nolan Draft. I will not be covering Libby Draft because I do not have experience in Libby Draft. But from what I can tell from watching every single game that Dinger's uploaded, Libby Draft is definitely flawed. I'm hoping they go back to Nolan Draft for the playoffs. But this will be covering Nolan Draft because it's the standard for net play, and that's what I play most. So I have two controllers here, and I'm just going to go through my draft process depending on if I'm player 1 or player 2 I can pick. So with Nolan Draft, obviously Bowser Spear captain. So say the other person picks Bowser captain, I'm picking DKPD pretty much every time if I have second pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick PD. And the reason why I pick DKPD is because DK, easily top 3 character in the game, can be a heavy hitter, arguably the most consistent star swing in the game for driving and runs. He has a laser at shortstop, just all around great character. I think it's a priority to pick, taking pick 2. The other person picked Bowser. I also pick PD because he gives you the most value, strongest home run hitter next to Bowser, best catcher in the game. No one can really steal on you unless you're throwing pretty much slow changeups, which is very rarely seen. And he has a great slap hit. Push the ball, I think his slap hit's really good. And he also just has a lot of very valuable chem. He has chemistry with King Boo, with Birdo, with DK. Can't go wrong with that. All top 10 characters in the game. So PD, just too much of a good value pick. And a lot of people go DK Bro, or at least the old meta. A lot of people do that because Bro is such a good home run hitter. It's as bad as a way more consistent than PD for some people. He just doesn't offer anything in the field. Sucks as a fielder. You stick him at catcher, he's serviceable, but his throwing arm just isn't as good. A lot of people can get it perfect steals on Hammer Bro catcher and be able to get second base for free. So I personally don't like going DK Bro. That's why I go DK. Say the other person here picks DKP. If I'm the Bowser team, I will go ahead and settle and pick Bro. Whether it's Hammer or Boomer, just preference. Now, personally, I'm not a King Boo guy. So if I'm the Bowser team here, I'm honestly probably going Yoshi here. Just because if I'm playing against a really good person, I hate not having Yoshi because they're going to make contact a lot of the time, and Yoshi can be a big difference maker as to if he can catch balls or not. Now, say the other person goes Bro Yoshi. In this situation, I would go King Boo. And personally, for me, I value Boo pitcher, so I'd probably reach for Boo here. I just think he has the best value at pitcher. Great singles back and hit for doubles, drive in 2 or more runs. His pitching, I personally struggle against Boo pitcher because he pitches faster than a lot of other people with his regular curve, and I feel like I can get jammed a lot more of the time. Diddy Kong does give me more swing and miss potential if I'm facing against a Diddy Kong, but I just prefer Boo because he's the overall player, and I think he's a great value pick. Even if you have to like I guess you can say reach by picking him round 2, I think he's definitely worth it. So now for here, definitely probably going Madge, red or blue Madge, your preference, and the Birdo. If I have the Bowser team and say the other person, because a lot of times, a lot of other people, they may go King Boo Birdo, and because they value Birdo captain a lot. But if they don't, I think Birdo, non-captain Birdo on a Bowser team is a great value. As long as you don't have too many star hitters, having a non-captain Birdo to use 2 stars for a great egg ball opportunity can just give the Bowser team more RBI potential. So if I'm able to, I definitely like snagging up Birdo here. So going back to the DK team, if I'm in the situation, there's 2 top 11 picks left easily. Toadsworth being the 10th best character in the game, and Pianta or Pink Menace being the 11th best character in the game. So right here, these are the top 11 characters in the game in my opinion. These should be the characters that get drafted like this every time. There's definitely a cutoff after PM. PM's just so good because he has laser. He's a semi-heavy. He can hit home runs if you get good with him. And he plays a great middle infield. He has a good dive range. His only downside is his hitbox is kind of poopy, but his laser, strong throwing arm definitely makes up for it. As to why I also go Madge with Birdo Madge, because I personally value Madge a lot. I think he's easily the best third baseman in the game. His hitbox is just so big. He doesn't get glitched as much as KB, in my opinion, when playing third base. And his singles bat's good, and he easily probably has the best stars, the best 1-star in the game, in my opinion. So I think Madge is just a great pick to at third base. I'll go ahead and which I'd probably position. Then I'll go and do this with the DK team. Okay, so now the top 11 characters in the draft are gone. If I'm the Bowser team here, and I know this is, a lot of people don't like doing this, but I personally value Mario a ton. Especially if you're playing against a player that's great with the heavies, they hit home runs constantly. Recently, for me, I found tremendous value with Mario in right field. His wall jump is just the most consistent. He has good enough speed. He has sliding catch in the outfield. Even though I don't think sliding catch makes that big of a difference, I think it's all about dive range. It's just Mario, still, his dive is fairly decent. He just makes a great right field, and his wall jump's just so consistent for me. And he has the 2-star Fireball. Again, I know I already have non-captain Birdo on this team, but say if I have this team right here, I'm probably batting Mario probably 8th in my lineup, somewhere around there. I don't mind using 2 stars. Say I have a full 5 stars. I don't mind using 2 stars with Mario to try to guarantee that hit and wrap myself back to the top of the order, back to the Bowser threat. I think Mario's a great pick there, even with the Bowser anti. I don't think chemistry is that important to justify not picking a character just because they have anti, so Mario's an easy pick there for me. And my next pick, I'd honestly probably go... It's kind of tough here. Maybe you want another Star Swinger. I personally don't like Paratroopus, so I probably wouldn't pick him, but I know a lot of other people. I'd probably pick Green Bones, because I'm the most comfortable with his bat. A lot of people save Bones for later. A lot of people pick Para, and I can understand Para. He's a decent fielder. I won't say he's a great fielder. He has a fantastic throwing arm, no windup, or hardly any windup, even on the far throws. He has a strong arm, and he does have the star swing. I personally just don't value the stars that much. I'd much rather have Dry Bones' consistent singles bat. So that's easily the pick for me. Heading back to the DK team, my middle infield's pretty much already set. I need the corner outfielders. Unfortunately, the Bowser team took Mario in this situation. But right here, I'd probably pick... For me personally, I think Blue Noki's the move with PM. You can pick Green Noki. It's not that much of a difference. Just for my play style with the speed, the 1 speed difference. I know it's not that much, but for every speed counts. I'll probably put Noki in left right here. And then, honestly, getting a first baseman. If I had Birdo at shortstop here, I would consider going for Shy Guy. But honestly, I'm picking Waluigi. I think Waluigi's easily a top 15 character in this game. He's great defensively. Has the tall, big hitbox. He has super jump. He has discount laser, not that great. Even some characters' throwing arms are stronger than his laser, but it's still laser nonetheless, and it does improve his throwing arm when he does have to throw to home. I'm mainly just drafting him here for the defense at first base, and his singles bat to me is very consistent as long as he pushes the ball. He has a very big, nice contact zone on his bat, so I just personally think it's worth it. And back to the Bowser team, still needs second and first base. Someone picked Waluigi, or actually no, I don't need first base because Bowser plays first. Forgot to switch him. But I still need a pitcher in second base. Now, honestly, I like playing Waluigi second base if I can snag him. I don't mind playing Waluigi second base over Wario, but the other team already snagged Waluigi. So I've seen a lot of people start picking Daisy as a second base. She's great. She has a good singles bat. She has a good dive range. She is tall, just a little bit too skinny for my preference. I haven't labbed enough Daisy second base to be comfortable picking her. So in this situation, I would probably settle for just the Wario second base. He's a great second baseman. And what sucks about this with the Bowser teams, I don't have laser. because in my experience, I end up drafting second a lot of the time, and I prioritize picking DK, and I also prioritize drafting PM with my last like kind of top 11 pick if he's still available. So I do have to settle for Wario Birdo infield. Great at stopping singles, just not too good for the run throwing runners at home. So kind of have to sacrifice there. And honestly, in terms of pitcher, I don't think it's a big deal. Pitcher's preference. A lot of people would pick Diddy here. Some people pick Dixie. Um, I'd probably pick Goomba here just because. Actually, no, I wouldn't pick. I'd probably still pick Diddy just because I do like the speed that he gives me with 7 speed. It's easily this, well, not easily, but my opinion, the second best pitcher in the game. His singles bat's just pretty rough, and it's just very hard to utilize. And lastly, last pick here, probably, yeah, it's probably a Toadette pick, just because wall jumper, she's great speed. Singles bat can kind of just go for ground balls. I think I might have done this draft wrong. I don't think the A team's last pick. I think it's supposed to be the Bowser team. Regardless, it's pretty much as close as you can get. So this is pretty much how teams would look if I was playing against myself. So let's go and get to the lineup. Now for how I would construct this lineup as the Bowser team, since I have Yoshi on the Bowser team, I would not bat Yoshi leadoff. So I always bat Bowser 2. That's pretty much always a given. In this situation, I'm probably leading off with Bones. And then Bro right here. Honestly, I like Yoshi here. Then I don't mind throwing a non-captain Birdo here. The reason why I don't like batting Yoshi ahead of power hitters, because you can't utilize his speed if he gets on base. Because if he gets on base, chances are they're walking Bowser and he just advances to second anyways. Or, so like, even, so it's basically stealing with Yoshi when he gets on first. It doesn't give you any value if they're going to walk Bowser anyways. Or if they pitch to Bowser, it can be a home run, and it doesn't matter who's on base, a home run scores them anyways. So you can have a 1-speed player and they're still getting the run. So I just don't think there's good value with Yoshi batting leadoff. Plus with Hammer Bro behind him, the home run potential. This is definitely how I'd set my top 3, and I put Yoshi here because now that I don't have any more heavies down here, if I get on base with Yoshi, I can perfect steal with Yoshi, get him to second base, and then possibly have a 2-star Birdo egg to drive him in, and just other character singles bats to hopefully drive him in. And then right here, probably leave Madge at the, actually no, I wouldn't leave Madge at the bottom. Move Madge to 6. Mario here, Diddy Kong here. I want to put Diddy Kong not at the very end of my lineup because I want at least a somewhat decent hitter at the 9-hole to wrap back around to my dry bones. And if I get on base with Diddy Kong here, Wario does have gapper potential if you go for charge swing, so he can score from first to third on a gapper with his 7 speed. And just with 2 singles, Diddy Kong can steal a base, and these 2 singles can drive him in before Bowser comes up and kind of, if he hits a home run, kind of negates the of Diddy Kong's speed. This is probably how I'd have my lineup, and personal preference, probably have all these people batting lefty. That's just me. So now heading to the DK team, I always pretty much have DK bat second every single time. If I had Yoshi, I love batting Yoshi first into DK second to get that 1-star banana ball and scoring Yoshi. I love that combo. Unfortunately, did not get that draft with how I've done this, but then here, if I end up with PD, Boo, and King Boo, I like having PD right bat behind DK for the chem. I like Boo kind of have a reliable singles hitter, say if PD pops out or strikes out, and maybe these turn on base, Boo can still get a base hit, drive 1 run in, and then I have King Boo behind Boo for the chemistry, and say I do a slap hit with PD and Boo gets on, I have double chemistry set up for King. This is very strong top 5 of the order for me. Loving how this team ended up drafting. Then next, I'd probably have Waluigi batting here. I do like his single, or no, I wouldn't. I'd have, actually, yeah, I do like having Waluigi bat here just because I like his singles bat, and even if he does, like, he can get out, like any character can get out. But I just value his singles bat and say, like, so the thing with Waluigi, let me explain this. is I like his bat, but I still consider him to be a fairly poor bat in the lineup. So I like having my worst hitters bats right after my run potential threat. So for me personally, I consider King Boo to be the end of my big inning run potential threat. So I like having maybe some worse hitters batting here. Say if I get a single with them, great, the rally continues. But if not, it's not like I'm wasting my better hitters, say like a PM down here, to score runs. So say if I do get on with Waluigi and I have PM coming up next, or I'd have Noki into PM, I have another kind of RBI potential here with PM's charge swing. So that's what I like doing for that. And then Toadette batting ninth's good because say I get on with Toadette, DK comes right back around batting second. He can do a 1-star banana, drive Toadette in from first and second. So this is pretty much how I'd set both my lineups. Obviously, everyone batting lefty. Actually, against Yoshi and left, I like keeping I like keeping the hitters that start right-handed stay right-handed. I'll keep Boo right-handed, obviously except for PM. I'll always keep him lefty since he pulls the ball and doesn't push it. So yeah, that's pretty much how I'd set both of these lineups if this is how the teams are drafted. Obviously, this is just one scenario of how these teams could have gone drafted. This is just if I was drafting against myself, who I consider valuable in this game. And I hope that pretty much gave you guys a lot of insight. I'll pretty much do a quick recap. Toadsworth leadoff because great singles hitter, gets on base a lot, easily top 10 character in the game because of his singles bat. Great leadoff hitter, that's why I bat him there. DK second. I like using I prioritize Captain DK as a banana ball user. If there a time comes where I need to do the charge swing, I'll still charge swing with DK, but I always value DK star swing. That's why I bat him too. PD because of the chem to drive in DK. I pretty much already explained these. Waluigi, I draft him because he's a great, in my opinion, the best first baseman outside of Magikoopa. Just such great value. Noki, really only draft if I have the PM chem. If I don't have PM on my team, I'm probably not drafting Noki. But it just worked out this way, so you can use green or blue. I prefer blue. Others will use green. That's fine. And then Toadette, I already like my top 5 of the order. So if I can add better defensive value in right field to save home runs with wall jump and great speed for defense, I like that. And right here, Dry Bones lead off pretty much because Bowser would come right behind, lead into Bowser Chem. And always have Bro bat behind Bowser because a lot of times Bowser gets walked. And then Bro just can have the Chem to hit home runs with Bowser on base. Yoshi with the speed behind him to be utilized. I already explained that pretty much. Diddy Kong, good pitcher, good speed. Wario, good second baseman. And Mario, good right field. So now if I had to pick a team as to which one I like better. Now, funnily enough, I've never done an ideal draft in both scenarios. This is kind of interesting seeing how this draft ended up working out for me if I was either player playing against myself. I prefer the team on the right every day of the week. I value Edie at catcher so much for my play style because I like getting on base. I like stealing with characters. And I just think PD's a must pick. And the thing with the Bowser team, even in a Nolan draft, is he just gets walked so much. I know, yes, he does give you a free base runner, raises the on base percentage, of high chance of scoring a run that inning because of that. It's just you can't make use of what he's most dangerous for, and that's his ability to hit home runs. If they're not going to give you a pitch to hit, his value just isn't as significant in my opinion. Now, let's say he was a 9-speed character like Yoshi. If they're walking me for free every time, and Bowser has 9 speed, and they're walking me for free, I'm batting in leadoff because I can just steal second base at 9 speed, but that's the bad thing about Bowser's because he has awful speed. I think it's 1 speed or 2 speed. You can't steal base with him, even if they do walk him, so I just think Bowser, people walk him too much. I don't prefer the Bowser teams anymore personally. So I equally like this team on the right. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it. So I hope you all kind of enjoyed this video. Hope it didn't take too long, like around 20 minutes or so. But hope this gives you guys some insight as to how I draft and who I see as valuable characters in the Nolan draft format. Yeah, I hope this helps people out and answers some questions and gives people an understanding of how I view the game and constructing lineups and why I'm drafting players to play certain positions, stuff like that. Thank you all for watching, And I'll see you guys some other time.